Howdy music lovers, Tom from Blakgraz here. Thanks for tuning in today. Today we have an interesting story of As the Wheels Turn on Rufus. And as you'll probably notice, we are not in Rufus right now. But before I get carried away, Rufus, is over there to the side. We are at Chapline Distillery here in Bulverde, Texas. And we just had a flight of bourbon that was amazing.
We shared one.
And we bought ourselves a full bottle of the limoncello. Now, I'll tell you what, if you haven't tried Texas whiskey or Texas bourbon, you got to get down here to Chapline in Bulverde, Texas. It is so nice to be back in Texas, let me tell you. Firsthand, I'm telling you firsthand. So also I got my Muscle Shoals shirt on here. I'm very proud to represent for Muscle Shoals, Alabama. We got to visit that studio, famous studio, and there's a whole video about that too. And today I'm playing Rosa, and the song that I was playing is actually my tune called Living Man. And that's been out for a while now, but I just love that guitar lick. I love the way it feels, and it just kind of rolls. So I don't have to think too much about it when I play that song. But today, Rufus has had an improvement for a little while now. I guess it's been a couple weeks, right?
We call it a checkup from the neck up.
Yeah, checkup from the neck up for our camper. We want to give a big shout out to So Tex Generators and Electric. So Tex Generators and Electric in San Antonio.
They are technically like Seguin area.
No,
Converse.
Converse, that's it. They were in Converse, just east of San Antonio, Texas. I want to say hey to Terry and to Pam and to Rick, the owner. They took great care of us today. They took us in early on a holiday because a couple weeks ago, Rufus had a challenge with the electric generator. Now, why is that important? Because, well, as you all know from the other videos we've done, we got a new lithium battery for the cabin so that we could run heat during the night when it's cold, or just keep, lights on, or run even Starlink. We run Starlink off of it in our new inverter. That's working great. But after a couple nights of cloudy, no solar, and running Starlink a lot, and the heat also because it's been kind of cool in Texas, which is why we come down here and we're not up in the snow up north. It's just cold at night but warm during the days with the sun. But if it's cloudy, well, then it's cold all day and you got to run the heat all day, plus trying to run Starlink and the inverter. And for that one battery, after about a day and a half or 2 days.
About a day and a half.
Day and a half.
To 2, depending on how much we need to run for the daytime.
Right. It took it down to no charge, which is fine. I mean, you just wake up and you turn on the engine or the generator and you charge up the battery. Well, son of a gun, the generator wouldn't start. It turned over, and I pulled the spark plug, and I saw a trick online, touching the spark plug against the wall of the engine and turning it over and seeing if it's sparking. So that meant the ignition module was fine, the spark plug was fine, the cables were fine. But for whatever reason, it was not sparking and starting and lighting. So I have no experience with propane generators, especially with the electric side, because it's a generator. It's not just an engine running to move something and turn a gear. It actually is going to generate electricity. And it changes DC to AC. And so it triggers some other stuff that happens in the back end of the Rufus that I am just not familiar with. And I know that with that kind of system, you have to know what you're doing, or you can cause a fire real fast. If you plug a wire in the wrong way, it'll light up the whole thing and just burst into flame. That's how strong, even though it's only 12 volts, that's how strong sometimes those batteries can be. So you gotta be really, really careful, and you gotta be knowledgeable. So we found So Tex in Converse. Rick, Terry, and Pam, thank you. And Rick and Terry took a look at it today, and they fixed it. Turns out the start switch and the prime switch, yay, that's funny, put in like a flashy thing, yay.
I like the big kids clapping,
yay. The primer switch and the start-stop switch were bad, plus the fuse holder was stripped. So they had to take those out of the front panel and replace those. And then also, they did us a huge favor. Since we bought Rufus a year and a half ago, we have not been able to start the generator and stop it from inside. So it was cold or rainy or just not wanting to go outside. If we needed to start the generator, I have to go out and have Martha pop the hood, open up the hood, prime it, start the generator, and then close it all down, come back in. And after it's run for a while, I would have to go walk outside, turn off the gas, and then let it run out, and the fuel line would be empty then, and then you gotta prime it again. So basically, I don't have to do that anymore. It's just a push of a button. Life is so good right now. See you, Mike. That's the owner, Mike, here at Chapline Distillery. They're letting us stay. I guess it's part of Harvest Host, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was only $10 to come and camp, and it was a beautiful spot. He's got free firewood. We got chests here. You see I'm sitting on their tables in this beautiful area here. It's right by the road, but he said the road gets real quiet at night. And then also, we went in after eating, and thank God we did it after eating. We tried the Bourbons, and we got the bottle of limoncello. Man, it was so delicious. We met a fella named DJ. He was really fun to talk to for a little bit. He actually works at another distillery. Don't worry, DJ, I won't say where. But it seems he's down here cheating.
Drinking ain't cheating.
Drinking ain't cheating. Cheating on the distillery where he works at, coming down to Chamberlain and having Chamberlain, and having some of theirs. But I guess you're allowed.
It's the whiskey getting to you. You can't.
I know,
you're
right?
mixing words.
I just don't.
And we shared the flight because we don't drink often. We wanted to support them for letting us crash to make sure we didn't get cold tonight and the batteries didn't get cold.
Fortunately, we're not driving. Number one. Also, we haven't had a drink since we drank Malort with Jeff and Beth and Dustin in North Carolina, and now they were we were in the process of closing down, so we had to get through the flight pretty quick. Woo, man, that was strong stuff.
Well, let me say, we walked from over there to over there, so we were walking and driving. We were drinking and walking.
You can't talk either.
Yeah.
So
drinking and walking.
I'm gonna let Jeff and Beth and Dustin know we got a bottle of limoncello that we're bringing to y'all for this summer, so get ready. And should I tell them?
No, don't tell them the other surprise.
Oh, there's a secret too. We're bringing it to North Carolina. We're bringing something secret to North Carolina from Texas for y'all.
Just for y'all.
Just for y'all as a secret. So basically, Rufus got the generator switches fixed and the fuse holder fixed, and then the remote control switch fixed as well. So now the generator runs great. He starts from inside and stops from inside like he's supposed to, and I am a happy camper. So if y'all haven't seen our videos before, what you may not realize is that because we're traveling for my music all the time, we do a lot of dry camping, which means that we're not connected to external power or water or sewer. So we have to stock up water. We have to make sure that the gray and the black tanks are empty as often as possible. We have to keep our propane full, and we have to keep the cabin batteries full. Now, the good news is we drive a lot. We're always driving town to town to town or place to place, even when we just go and run errands on a week where we don't have a whole lot of shows. Every time we run an errand, we take the camper with us, so we got to go en route to someplace. So the fact that we're driving so often is actually helping Rufus to stay in shape, right? Like the jacks work smooth and the engine works great, everything. We just stay on top of everything.
The batteries stay pretty charged unless we sit long enough.
But when you're, say, at a truck stop for a couple days because you don't need to go anywhere, you're in the area, you're only half an hour away from your show, you don't want to drive too much because you're trying to save gas. So you just stay in a truck stop for a couple days, but if it's cloudy and cold, well, then that runs down the battery. So you have to start the generator or you have to drive. And so since the generator wasn't working, what we were doing is we were spacing out our errands. So we would go from the truck stop to the grocery store, or go and run laundry, and then stop over here to a P.O. box or whatever, hardware store, pick up something, or even just go shopping. We went to Nordstrom Rack the other day, and it was great to walk around the stores. But when you do that, there's a lot of time spent pulling up camp, right? Because every time you move, it's your house rolling down the road, so you got to lock stuff down, make sure it's not going to fly out and crash and break. We've had that happen. So that takes time. And then, of course, once you get back to the truck stop, it takes time to reset up camp. Now, we've gotten pretty good at it, making it happen faster, but the less that you can do that, the more time you can spend either writing songs, practicing, just resting actually is another big thing, right? And making calls, sending emails, booking for the rest of the year, right? This is the time of the year to book out the whole year. So I'm trying to make as many calls and emails and all that stuff as much as possible. So every free second is spent on something focused on getting ready for this next year, even though we're supposed to be on break here in Texas, right?
Including writing new songs, playing new songs, playing out, keeping up your chops, practicing.
Well, including trying to take some stuff out of Rufus, like we took out the chair, as you saw in one of the other videos, and now we got to take out the couch and then put in her Nan's chair and lock that down, plus get a couple pieces of furniture for storage along the sides where those spaces are now available. Because right now on the passenger side where that chair was, we got things sitting on the floor that should be in a storage unit of some sort. So in between all of that, right, we found the time to find this beautiful harvest host here at Chapline Distillery, and we decided, you know what, it's right there. As a thank you to them for letting us stay, we're going to go in and try out some of their bourbon and some of their whiskey, and then make a purchase for our friends in North Carolina who we miss. Now, we miss all our friends, everybody from everywhere. So don't think that we're not thinking about all of y'all too. We're figuring it out somehow so we can make it special for everybody when we see you. But that was just what come up this time, because last time we drank was with Beth and Jeff.
We still have that apple pie moonshine.
We still have apple pie
sitting
moonshine
up in the
left over.
cupboard.
Yeah, they're a good influence on us. Just saying. So anyway, so that's what's going on. Rufus just got some fix-ups. We had a good time here at Chapline. Hope y'all are enjoying our videos. If you get a chance, make sure you get out to a live show, because that's where it counts. AI can't do live shows. Plus, I have got I've got so many songs. Oh, this is becoming a challenge. I have 5 or 6 songs that I'm playing at live shows that are new, that are not finished recording, right?
Yet, instead of recording and finishing even one of them, last night you recorded a new one. I had to just mention that.
Last night I started a new song.
But I can't complain, because you get mad at me when I bounce between works in progress
That's
for my
true.
writing.
You got stories you're supposed to finish, so I know what happens, and you're not finishing them. All right? So you can't complain. However, the rest of you can. I have to finish this song. It's 2 songs I have to finish as backing tracks, not as a recorded release like studio version. They are so fun to play, and I can hear it in my head. I hear what it's going to sound like, and I can just imagine, because of the style that they are written in, and because of the responses I've got from other songs that are like that I've written already, I know exactly what's going to happen to a crowd when they hear this song.
And one of them you have to get done before we get back to Alabama. That's all I'm saying.
One is about Alabama, and I have to get it done before we get back there. And the other one I started recording last night as a backing track is actually going to be a continuation of the style of my song, Seeking Glory. Now, here's why that's so important. Seeking Glory has become the show opener. And the main reason for that is because it's such a high energy tune. It's kind of flat picking bluegrass, high, it's a fast tempo with gospel lyrics, but it's got a dance electronic beat behind it, drum beat. So it's like this really interesting mix of all these different styles, drum beat from electronic machines and gospel words with a flat picking bluegrass style and fast tempo. How's that going to work? Every single time. And this happened at Seguin this last weekend at Almost Ice House. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Raven. Hi, everybody. I started
Dano and Chuck.
Dano and Chuck and Jay and Lori and Moses and there were
Chris.
A bunch of other folks, and Chris, a bunch of other folks too. So I apologize if I can't remember all your names. But the place was, as soon as I started that song, first song, right out of the gate, they literally, Martha said, they stopped what they were doing. And they peeked around the corner at me in the room playing. They're like, what is that? And I was burning it up on Seeking Glory. So they all whip out their phones and they start live streaming while I'm playing. Then they started live streaming other songs too. It was awesome. That is why I'm so excited about this new song. I'll tell you the title. It's called Girly. So there you go. So new songs coming for live shows, not studio release, so you won't be able to hear it unless you come to a show. So I'll stop there because I'm just so excited about these tunes. I can't wait for folks to hear them at shows this year. Anyway, so thanks for listening to me rant and ramble on about what's going on. I think the alcohol's kicking in a little bit more, so I'm going to cut it short. Please do us a huge favor.
Lightweight.
Make sure. I had big, thick pieces of, this deep dish pizza that Martha made, sourdough focaccia pizza. Oh, thank God I did, or I would not be able to speak at all right now. that bourbon was really good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the links down below. Don't forget we have CDs for sale online, and that really helps us take care of fixing Rufus. And if anybody knows somebody on YouTube who fixes RVs and wants to fix him up for us for free for exchange of marketing, please let me know. Send us a note.
We'd agree happily for them recording the whole thing.
Yeah, please.
For their channel.
If we could just get him fixed and then not have to think about that anymore and know that we're safe going down the road, for sure, I would appreciate it. So also, make sure you come out to a show. We got Blakgraz emotional support beer koozies available. And we actually do sing-alongs where you can get one for free if you win the contest. And then also we have handmade T-shirts as well as merch online that's for sale.
We'd have more merch on hand, but it's just, again, Rufus.
Right, there it is.
Demanding attention.
We would have bought CDs for sale at shows, except that Rufus needed the dang generator
He's
fixed.
being a whiny little teenager.
Come on, boy, do your job. Anyway, everything helps. So thank you so much to everybody, even just watching this video this long, especially the comments. Everybody's been so kind, and I really appreciate just everybody who's paying attention to what we're doing lately. It's been really fun meeting everybody and talking to everybody online and answering all the amazing comments and really, really kind words. So thanks everybody. Hopefully I'll see you at a show really soon.